I'm here because I think this will be quite thrilling, and I'm short of that these days. At 93, you know, I sort of don't get many of them. But anyway, I think this looks good, and I think if the rain stops, we'll have a good flight.
Let's go.
Oh, we're off.
Bye!
Hello, I'm Ted Veal. I'm at the moment being interviewed in Tayto Park, in which I've been beautifully invited for the day. I've had a great roller coaster ride, which is one of my points of the tank, what do you call it, the bucket list, and it was one of mine. The other one I need to do is a balloon flight, and that's it. I'm about finished. I've done them all. I've been there, done that, and I'm very grateful to be here today and had that wonderful ride on the roller coaster.
That seemed like a good idea. Well done.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Let's get the key off her back to there.
During the Second World War, I was in the RAF, and I was doing a fair amount of stuff flying in England, training paratroops and glider pilots. And I joined the Desert Air Force, and we were flying Baltimore bombers from then on, chasing Rommel up and down the desert. First of all, from Alamein was when Marshal Montgomery started advancing instead of retreating, and we followed him all the way up the desert to as far as Tripoli and across to Sicily and then to Italy. And from Italy we were ahead of the army. As they advanced, we were bombing targets ahead of them, and I finally finished up jumping out of an aircraft because both engines cut out, and the crew I was with were killed, and I was fortunate enough to bail out, and found that I was behind enemy lines. This was June the 2nd, 1944, 4 days before D-Day, and so I had to keep my head down because I was behind lines for a few days. I didn't know D-Day was coming, and I was looked after by the Italians, and eventually the Germans fled back to France because they were having to tackle D-Day landings, and from there on I was free because there was no more war for me because I'd lost my crew. Well, the Second World War was highly necessary because Hitler was just actually annihilating everybody in Europe, Jewish, Polish, Czechoslovakians, everybody, and had to be stopped. I had my father had been in the army in the First World War, and I decided I wasn't going in the army, but I was going to be the age to be in the Second World War because I'd been 18 in 1939. I wanted to be a pilot, but I eventually finished up as an air gunner wireless operator, and that's where I started the war. In '53, I met my wife, Deirdre Wilkinson, who's a native of Ireland, and eventually we got married in 1953, and we were in Zambia. It became Zambia. It was Northern Rhodesia, became Zambia, and we married there, and we were there for 17 years. And so eventually we came back to Ireland, and we decided to settle in Wicklow. And we were there in Wicklow I've been there for 46 years, but unfortunately my wife died in 1998, and I'm now surrounded by lovely people in Wicklow who I know, and my wife's family.